In the latest twist of the Sussex saga, American television personality and comedian Steve Harvey has joined the ever-growing chorus of critics calling out Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, this time with a biting dose of humor and unapologetic candor. During a recent unscripted segment on his radio show, Harvey didn't hold back, mockingly referring to Prince Harry as Prince Debtor, a nickname that has quickly gained traction among fans and critics alike. The comedian's jabs came amid swirling reports of a mounting financial crisis surrounding the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, whose post-royal life in California seems to be crumbling under the weight of luxury, controversy, and, apparently, debt. Harvey, known for his sharp tongue and fearless takes, launched into a blistering roast of Harry's supposed downfall from British royalty to what he called the Beverly Hills budget buster. Man went from Buckingham Palace to budgeting coupons in Montecito, Harvey joked, triggering laughter from his co-hosts. You can't be living in a $14 million mansion with no solid income and expect folks to feel sorry for you. That's not a crisis, that's a comedy. But behind the humor lies a deeper and more damning criticism of Prince Harry and Meghan's post-royal escapades. Since stepping down as senior royals in 2020, the couple has tried to carve out a brand rooted in freedom, independence, and influence. Instead, they've become poster children for what happens when privilege meets poor planning. From multi-million-dollar podcast and Netflix deals that fizzled out to accusations of hypocrisy over climate change advocacy while flying private, Harry and Meghan's freedom flight from the palace has increasingly resembled a crash landing. Steve Harvey, who rose from poverty to multimillionaire status through hard work and a relentless hustle, seemed particularly irked by Harry's apparent cluelessness about money management. You left royalty, cool. You wanted to be independent, great. But now you crying broke with a Netflix deal bigger than most people's lifetime earnings. Harvey quipped. Brother, that's not broke. That's just bad decisions. Harvey's jabs hit a nerve because they tap into what many have been thinking but few have said so plainly. Prince Harry appears to have traded tradition for turmoil, duty for drama, and in the process, become a caricature of modern celebrity excess. The financial woes of the Sussexes, once denied and downplayed, are now increasingly difficult to ignore. Reports have surfaced alleging the couple is grappling with a mountain of debt, fueled by lavish spending, poor investments, and a shrinking media empire that once promised to redefine royal relevance in the digital age. As Harvey put it, you can't walk away from the crown and expect to live like a king. That's not how this works. Especially when all you got to show is a couple of interviews, a cancelled podcast, and a documentary that made folks more confused than inspired. Ouch. The comedian also poked fun at Harry's infamous tell-all memoir, Spare, suggesting the title now sounds less like a nod to royal hierarchy and more like a financial status. They should have called it Spare Change the Way Things Are Going, Harvey cracked. Man spilling tea to pay the light bill. This isn't just comic gold, it's a sharp cultural commentary. Steve Harvey represents the everyman's perspective, the common-sense lens through which much of America views the Sussexes. While many celebrities tiptoe around the royal couple, wary of public backlash, Harvey says what others won't: Prince Harry looks lost. And worse, he looks irresponsible. Meghan didn't escape Harvey's radar either, though his primary focus was clearly on Harry. I don't know what kind of plan Meghan had, but if the goal was to be America's next power couple, it ain't working, he said. You can't just ride off of vibes and victimhood forever. The idea that Harry and Meghan's public narrative is wearing thin is echoed across the media landscape. What once felt like a revolutionary royal rebellion has turned into a reality show with bad ratings. The sympathy garnered from their initial departure has dwindled, replaced by growing skepticism and fatigue over their constant presence in headlines without meaningful substance to back it up. Steve Harvey's Prince Debtor nickname may sound like a punchline, but it reflects a broader perception that Prince Harry has lost not just his way, but his credibility. For a man who once symbolized grace under pressure and resilience in the public eye, this descent into financial farce is both tragic and avoidable. As Harvey summed it up, look, I ain't saying you gotta go back to being a royal robot. But if you gonna walk away from a kingdom, you better have a plan better than podcasts and press tours. Otherwise, you just end up broke and bitter, wearing a crown made of complaints. In a world where image is everything and perception is power, the Sussexes are dangerously close to becoming punchlines rather than pioneers. Steve Harvey's roast, while humorous, serves as a stark reminder of how quickly the tide of public opinion can turn, especially when those who once claimed to reject the spotlight seem unwilling to step out of it, even as the bills pile up and the goodwill runs dry. So, while Prince Debtor might be a laugh-out-loud nickname today, it could very well be the defining title of Harry's post-royal chapter, a sad fall from grace for a man who once walked behind his mother's coffin with the world watching, now being mocked on morning radio for chasing fame, fortune, and ultimately, financial free fall.